that's just a quick warm-up about equations. You will be using that a little bit later. So turn to the back of your do now. Oh no, not to the back because it's got a whole bunch of words on it. Just kidding. Just kidding. All right. So while I am passing these papers out, you are silently sitting here. And Lynn, make sure you take one back to Fred, okay? And the same thing for you tonight. Take one back to Marcus. No. All right, so we're going to turn to the back of this paper, and you will notice that it is blank. That will be after you. All right, if you turn to the back of this paper, do you see words on it, anybody? No. All right, so there's 3 questions that we are going to answer on the back of this paper. All right, the 3 questions are up here, and before you start answering, let me explain what is going to happen. So your 3 questions are 1, 2, and 3. The one that I'm going to give you an example of is 3 because it's a little more difficult to understand. All right? So with question 3, it says you're going to the movies in Greenville. What are all the things you have to think about? So I'm going to give you an example. When I was in high school, we didn't have to wear uniforms. So when I woke up in the morning or even in the evening before the next day of school, I had a lot to think about, like with what I was going to wear. Because as a female, I can wear a skirt, I can wear a dress, I can wear pants, I can wear shorts. If I wear a skirt, shorts, or pants, I have to think about what shirt I'm going to wear. If I'm going to wear a tank top, I have to have a jacket or a sweater or some kind of cover-up. If I don't want to wear a sweater, I can wear a short sleeve shirt or a long sleeve shirt and not have to worry about it. Then I have to think about, okay, what kind of shoes am I going to wear? Am I going to wear sneakers, like basketball sneakers, or regular shoes that just slip in? If I do that, what kind of socks am I going to wear? White, black, patterned socks? Are they going to be low? Are they going to be high? I also have to think about if I'm going to wear sandals. Are they going to be closed back or open back? Am I going to wear a watch? What am I going to do to my hair? There's a lot to think about if you don't go to a uniform school. So with that question, we're thinking about all the things. If we want to go to the movies, what are all the things we have to think about? Okay? And you're going to do this silently by yourself for just 2 minutes, and then you'll be able to share with partners, and you'll also have the opportunity to share aloud. So, just to reiterate these instructions, you are answering questions 1, 2, and 3 silently for 2 minutes. Janisha, how long will you have to do this? 2 minutes. Fred, how are we doing this activity? Silently and independently. And where are we writing these answers? Jaden, where are we writing these answers at? On the back of the paper. On the count of 3, go. 1, 2, 3. Go for it. 2 minutes. Silent activity. Row 2 is silent and writing. Jariah is silently writing. Jada's done with number 1. Actually has 1, 2, and some answers to 1, 2, and 3. You don't have to write the questions. We got some people thinking up here about these answers. Or you can just think about it. That's fine. All right, Jariah's on number 3. Janisha's done 1, 2, and 3. Lynn has 3 answers on there. All right, you got a little less than a minute to finish. Just mark it out. It's fine. All right, row 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 are all silent. We have some people with pencils down. They're still sitting silently. All right, we got a little less than 30 seconds to finish. Any thoughts here on your paper? more seconds to finish up anything, any ideas you have. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. So before we share aloud as a group, you're going to get to partner with someone. I'm going to give you your partners very, very quickly. So we are silently paying attention to who we are partnered with. This is a pair right here. Y'all are a pair. You two are a pair. You two are a pair. You two are a pair. Y'all are a pair. We're going to do you two and you three. Okay? This is my only group of 3 and you two. So while you are while you are sharing with your 1 or possibly 2 partners, you are using 6-inch voices and sharing your answers to 1, 2, and 3. You will have 1 minute. Jariah, how long are you going to have to do this? 1 minute. Fred, how are we doing this with our voices? How are you going to be silent telling somebody?
Oh,
6-inch voices. All right, who are you talking to, Janisha? Your partner. Where's my group of 3? Right here. This is my group of 3. Otherwise, we're just talking to our partners. You have 1 minute. Go. All right, I see one group has started. Our group of 3 has started talking about theirs. Freddie Marquez are being close. We're using 6-inch voices. Zakia is talking quietly. 6-inch voices. My group of 3 is talking quietly. 6-inch voices. Marquez and Fred are being so quiet I can barely hear them. Got about 30 seconds left. Make it quick. All right, Santavian talking. You got about 15 seconds left. Y'all almost done sharing your 10 seconds left. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, you are going to, before we move that whole group, when you move your desks back, you are doing this silently. We did this last week and it was perfect. Everyone was silent as they were moving their desks. So, Ashley, what are we about to do? We are about to turn our desks around silently. Okay, so when I tell you to go, you're going to move your desk. Some people just have to turn them. Marquez just has to move over, which is fine. Some people, you're already in your seat, which is perfect. So, 1, 2, 3, go. Latrell is silent. Maya is silent. Ashley is silent. We're all back in our seats. Great. So now we're going to share aloud our answers. I want silent hands raised for these. So, can I get a reader for number 1? Who's going to read number 1? Go ahead, Jariah.
You and your brother are racing down the street at the same pace. Who is the one?
All right, can I get an answer for this? Latrell. A tie. So, who's the winner? Nobody. We don't have a winner. You and your brother are going the same speed. So, I saw a tie on a lot of people's paper. I see me and my brother, but can we have 2 winners? I saw nobody. So, those are all great answers. We have no solution here. Okay? Can I get a reader for number 2? Silently raise your hand for number 2. Go ahead, Sue.
You have 7 apples. You eat 2. How many do you have left?
All right, can I get a quick answer for this one? Silently raise your hand. Go ahead, queries. 5. Any questions about that?
No.
You have 5, and that is it. We have one solution to that question. All right, number 3. Can I get a silent hand to read this one? Number 3. Go ahead. Okay.
You're going to remove the drink and what I always see you have to think about.
All right, what are all the things you have to think about? There's probably going to be a lot of answers, so go ahead. We'll get a lot of people to answer. Go ahead.
How much money you need, what movie gonna see? Who you taking with you?
All right, stop there so other people can answer. Go ahead. What else you got? Okay, what else you got to think about? Oh, snacks? Go ahead.
Hair.
Hair? Okay, that's really important. I like to make sure my hair, if I'm going somewhere, go ahead. What else you got? All right, so there's a lot of things to think about. turn to the front of this, okay? And at the bottom, you're going to write the following 3 words. Or it's kind of more than 3 words. One solution, no solution, infinite solutions. And before we define these, we're going to think about how they match with these 3 questions. Number 1, if you had to match one of these words with number 1, raise your hand. What do you think it's going to be? Go ahead, Antonio. No solution, because there's no winner. Okay? Number 2, Jada, which would you match with it? One solution. Everybody got 5. And that's what you should have got. If you somehow end up with 9, I don't know what happened there. All right? You added instead of, you can't produce apples yourself. All right, number 3, raise your hand. What is that one, Janisha? Infinite, because we have tons of things to think about. Okay? So it just really depends. So here, today, we're talking about systems of equations having one solution, infinite solutions, or no solutions. So we're going to fill out this table here, and I'm going to try to recreate it as best as possible on the board, and we're going to fill it in together. Okay? Everybody got these words? Raise your hand silently if you need some more time to write them down. Can you write it for me? Can you write them for me? One second. I have a paper for you, so you can just take my paper. I will do my best at drawing these boxes with a good marker. So this is the side where solutions exist, and then the no solution side, and I see it looks like this. Any confusion on where, when I start writing in my answers, where they're going to go? Raise your hand if I need to add some words up here. Okay. So, here, in this box, if you don't have enough space in the box, that's fine. You can write it below. It's not a big deal. But in this box where it says no solution, we're writing slope is the same, different, y-intercept. And clearly, mine doesn't fit in the box, and that's okay. And you'll just have mine all right, Latrell's almost finished writing his. Octavian's almost finished writing his. All right, first row, second row is good. I'll go ahead and move on. So this one is blank. You can doodle in it, whatever. All right, this one here, same exact equation. And above that, what word does it say, Octavian? What word does it say on your paper? You gotta look at your paper for that. Many solutions, okay? And then on the one solution side, you're gonna write slope is different, y-intercept doesn't matter. All right, row 1 is silent writing, row 2 is silent writing. Very, very quick. Awesome. And then we're going to explain these and do some problems that Jada has volunteered to help us with today. And you're going to help us with some problems today, correct? Yep. No, they're a lot easier than you think when we're looking at this. So originally on the board, I gave you no solution, one solution, and what was the other word that I gave? Raise your hand silently. What was the other word? Infinite solutions. So I don't see infinite solutions on this paper. Raise your hand if you have any guesses, Marcus. Marcus, what you got? What is infinite? Where does that match with? Many. Okay? So we can replace many with infinite. All right? You want to put that in? Sir. All right. So we can replace many with infinite. Okay? It's a lot of solutions. It's a lot to think about. So we're just going to kind of discuss why these make sense. So this right here, what does it say about this one? No solution. I know this is infinite, and this is 1. All right. So let's reason why if we have the same slope but different y-intercepts, there's no solution. With systems of equations, those are two lines. Any idea what it looks like? Raise your hand silently. If you have the same slope for two lines, what does that mean? Any ideas? What does that mean, you have the same slope? What does slope mean? What's another way to say it? Raise your hand. Go ahead. Rise over run. Is there another way to say? Rate of change.